What's up guys, Beastly Gamer here. Today I want to show you guys how to replace an R2 or L2 button on your DualShock 4 for PS4. I was playing some Last of Us online, actually broke the little side of it, the two little bars, one of those actually broke off inside my controller. So I was about to buy another one, but I said hell with that. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish it and fix it myself. And so it's a pretty easy fix. I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. It's a fairly inexpensive part, and there will be a link in the description. So there's 4 screws on the back of the DualShock 4. Here's where my problem is, the R2 button. I've already removed the 4 screws on the back, and so in order to open up your controller, what you want to do is start working from the control grips, from the handle grips. And you can kind of pop those open kind of easily. You might need a separation tool, but once you get it open, there you go. It's kind of like cracking open a shell. Everything inside is kind of there. So you open it up kind of delicately. Be very careful because you have connection there to your LED light in the back of the controller, and that can be damaged relatively easy. So what you want to do is pull that out and be kind of delicate with it because it can damage that LED light. So be very careful. It goes right back into that slot when you're done installing your new L2 and R2 buttons. This is the back of the controller, and everything sits inside here. Now I would say this again, be extremely cautious opening this thing up because there are lots of small moving parts, and some of these parts will fall right out. There's actually a really small spring that will come right off of your R2 and L2 button that you need to do this fix. So be very careful. Here is my R2 button. I want to show you guys a spring now. This is a spring. It's shaped like a little triangle, and it actually sits right in the crack of the cradle of the controller. I want to show you guys exactly where it sits at. Right here. If you look at the controller, there's like a little tiny slot right there. That's where that spring goes, but it goes in that slot after you put the spring on the button. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. So you put the spring on the side of the button on one of the little bars. Whichever bar corresponds to the side of the controller you're putting the button on. And as you can see, that spring there has to be down, and you can slide it right into position here. You'll hear it click. The button clicks right into place, and once it clicks, you'll get nice feedback there. You can tell that the button is working the way it's supposed to, and it really made me feel good because I felt like I wasn't an idiot. And so, like I said, the other spring will go on the other side there on the R2 button. You just take the R2 button, you put the spring on, and you slide it into position, and it cracks into position. Be kind of delicate. That spring, don't forget you need that spring for this to work. Once it cracks into place or pops into place, play with the button a little bit to make sure you got the give you're supposed to have, because at first I didn't have any give because the side of my button actually broke off. So now I feel pretty good about it, and that's pretty much how you do it. So after you get the buttons in place, now what you want to do is take your LED strip from the back of your controller and delicately slide it back into its position. And so I want to do that now. You got to be kind of cautious. I have giant hands, so to me it was kind of hard to do this in general. But you slide it back into place, and once it's in there, then you can do the final step in putting your controller together. Alright, so here we are. We got everything in place, and now it's time to put the controller back together. What you do is you slide the buttons back inside the top of the controller, and you apply pressure, but not too much. You reach down toward the bottom. There's 2 bars. Make sure those bars go inside the bottom of the controller. And once that happens, you can apply a little bit of pressure. You're going to hear some clicks, and once it clicks into place, which is right about now, it feels right. Test out your R2 and your L2. If everything is feeling good, then more than likely you have repaired your buttons. Now all you gotta do is put these last 4 screws back in the controller, and you should be good to go. So I'm gonna do that now. Put those last 4 in there, screw it in, not too tight, because the last thing you want to do is strip those holes just in case you have to get in that controller again. Put the last of them in, screw them up, and then you can get back into your game and kick some ass like me, because I'm really looking forward to Destiny, The Last of Us, all these great games, but it just doesn't work if you don't have your triggers. And so instead of spending an extra 60 or 70 bucks on a DualShock 4, if you have an R2 or L2 button, save a few bucks and learn something new. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you're new to the Beastly Gamer channel, consider subscribing. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.